No, but Llama
It plays
needs
into a
to.
bit.
Llama needs to pitch.
Talk.
No, he needs to pitch the meta bit. That's what makes it meta.
Oh, okay, all right. Let's start from the top.
Jesus Christ, guys!
Start from the top. All right.
All right. So hold on.
Okay.
Wait. We got like a take two.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
wook+live.
Welcome everybody to wook+live, our new weekly show. That's right. We are now going to be coming to you live on wook+live every Wednesday at 8 o'clock Eastern. Let me bring in some of the guys and get the show started. Llama,
What's up,
man?
Wook?
This is exciting. This is super fucking exciting. I am unbelievably excited about this. We have this new platform. There's no Zoom logo. You notice that?
I was looking for it. I didn't see it. This is different. I'm excited.
It's crazy, dude. It's so good. You know what? I don't want to wait. I want to keep bringing everyone in. Let's go and get Kevin in here. Mr. Great Went himself. Cheers, my man. How are you?
I'm fantastic. A little sad. You know, my brother Larry left the planet, but
pour one out. Although not in my new under construction studio.
That is a fresh floor you got.
Hey, before you bring in somebody else, I just want to say, Wook, that theme song is really good.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Mr. Jason Kruger. He actually orchestrated or arranged the theme for the lot, and he came through for us once again with this badass intro. So thank you. Let's see. Who do we got next? Travis.
Hey. Llama just stole my thunder because I was going to say, thanks to Jason, I'm so glad the open went off without a hitch. Nice Kevin dies over there.
It was so smooth. It was so smooth.
Yeah. It was smooth. It worked. Right up to the last minute, but it worked.
Smooth.
And then finally to finish out what is 5? Quintet?
Yes, that will be the
nice.
Quintet. And there it is.
Chatty Chew himself, world's greatest Chad. What's up, Chad?
Chad's on mute.
Chad's muted.
I think he'd never done this before.
Okay, I have 3 notes. I was going to say I had 2. I have 3. First of all, unmute myself. Second of all, Kevin, if you're going to cough, there's a mute button there. And third of all, Jason would probably prefer you pronounce his last name Krieger because him and I pronounce it differently, and that's a story for another day.
Did I pronounce it the way you pronounce it?
You do.
Okay.
You did.
So
and
you did
he
it
pronounces
wrong.
it different.
So for
And
those
it's
of
a
you
long
out,
story.
those of you out there watching, we have a new feature. We can actually watch and feature your comments in YouTube on our stream. So I'm not sure yet who we're going to feature first. So just be witty as shit out there, and when one catches our eye, we'll pull you up on the screen. I know that's a lot of pressure, but go ahead. So this is exciting, guys. It's our new show.
This is
It's
exciting.
finally here.
I'm really loving what you were just saying. I'm really loving the chat on the side of the same screen. Like I don't have to flip back and forth between YouTube and this new tech that we're using. I can see the chat on the side. I mean, obviously they're a little bit behind us, but it's pretty cool, man. And I'm trying not to be distracted by it now because it is really cool to watch.
Dude, act professional. We've been here before.
You're right.
Yes.
Actually, we have our first guest. I think we're just gonna keep this tight, go right into it. I have a lot to talk to her about. You know what? Jason just caught my eye. I don't know if this is funny or not. I liked it. Jason, congratulations.
The first one.
First one, Jay.
You're no longer a virgin.
Not like we play favorites, but good job.
We popped our YouTube comment cherry, bringing it on. Very nice. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna hide that shit and let's bring in our first guest. Hey, Harley.
Harley.
Hello.
I don't know who sent me this, but I love you. If you're watching.
Whoever out there sent that, thank you.
Hi guys.
How's it been? How are you?
It's almost March and I'm still in my apartment. How are
Still
you?
March. It's still March.
It's still March. It's
But
still
don't
March.
worry, it'll be gone by Easter. Poof, like a miracle, and we'll be fine. So
Yeah. So can we talk about the Frenchie in the opening video?
Yes, I knew you'd like that. That was kind of for you.
Who does that belong to?
No, but it was stock. All the shots are stock in between us. But I
You on
figured
the
that would be a
beach?
great one. Yeah, that's me. No, that's me on the beach. That's from the shoot that we did to mock the or to pay homage to the Osiris commercial.
The
they
Tom
did.
Marshall.
Tom Marshall
Oh my
commercial. So I just
When they
pulled
were
that.
trying to sell subscriptions.
Yeah, we didn't have time to shoot a new one, so I just used that old footage. But no, the Frenchie is just footage. But I figured you would like it, and it kind of went with Kevin rolling off the couch. The Frenchie kind of
It
went
was
in the
right
door.
into it. It was
Sort of
perfect.
right into it. Yeah, exactly. That was
perfect.
my thinking.
Did
Yeah,
you
you
guys
did a
all
great
plan
job
to
with
wear
that.
black today? Why am
Thank
I
you for
asking the
noticing, Harley.
questions?
No, I'm in Navy, but you can't really see it.
I had
Okay,
planned to
sure,
wear
it's
the
okay.
Hustler. I had planned to wear the Hustler shirt for like a week now, and then Larry died today, so it's kind of kismet or something.
Yeah, you're gonna have to forgive Kevin today. He's really upset that Larry Flint died. He's brought it up like 12 times in the last hour.
Wait,
Like, he's
Larry
really-
Flint died today?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
I
that's
just
what I
found out
said
like
too,
a couple
'cause
hours ago.
I assumed
I've been
he was dead.
working. I've been working all day.
Well, thank you for coming on and making time. I will say we're not the only ones that are excited to see you.
Weird.
Mercedes, yay, Harley. I'm going to be using this feature now all the time because it's just so exciting. All right, so there's two main points when we were talking about bringing you on as the first guest. There's two things we wanted to get your takes on and talk to you about. And the first
God.
one that was kind of obvious was, so last time, if you hadn't caught it, now I'm talking to the people watching, Harley had come on right after the protests had started, right after George Floyd's death, and there was a lot going on, and Trump was still president, and we had a really, actually, I think, poignant conversation. It was fun, and we fucked around, and like it was a very exciting episode, but it was also poignant and had some interesting topics. Now, fast forward to wook+live, we have a new president, we have a second impeachment trial. So I kind of want to revisit your takes on how things are going and the whole that world. But more importantly, and before we get to that, there has been a lot of Marvel shit. Finally,
Oh
it's
my
not even a
God.
lot,
Oh
but
my God.
Marvel is back.
Bucky is going to touch the shield. I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle that. I'm not sure I can handle both Winter Soldier and WandaVision, like both coming at me, even though it's just a trailer at the same time. I have a lot of thoughts.
All right, well, why,
Go. This is
Go.
your platform. Please,
what do you think?
give us your thoughts.
Well, what do you mean? What do I think? I don't know. Ask me questions.
Let's start with WandaVision. I assume. All right, so we're gonna give a spoiler alert.
Yeah, I think we need to do
Don't
that.
get off the channel, but just mute the channel. Mute the show if you don't want spoilers. If you haven't kept up with WandaVision. So I'm assuming you've seen the last episodes 4 and 5.
Oh my God,
You're up.
like too many times.
So
there's
much
no such
stuff.
thing as-
So
Oh my, there's
much
so much stuff. They like blew it. I really enjoyed the first 3 episodes, like the throwback to Bewitched and, you know, all of that, like kind of, you know, throwback TV stuff. But the Marvel like universe has really taken over the last 2 episodes. And I feel like,
That disappoints you?
oh yeah, I hate it. I think it's awful. I'm kidding. I love it. I think it's amazing.
They cracked open the multiverse. I mean, I guess Disney bought 21st Century Fox, so that's why we got the other X-Men.
The X-Men, right? But then I am curious because obviously it wasn't just recast Pietro or Peter or Peters, whatever, Quicksilver, whatever you want to call him from whatever universe you're in. But where did they get his body? How did they get him? Because we saw Vision's body on the table in Storm, right? Like pulled apart because they were like, I don't know what they were doing with it. If they said his living will said he didn't want to be made into a weapon or anything like that. But it looked to me like Storm took him apart. So if they had his body, did they send in his brother, who may or may not be Pietro, or the X-Men Peters? I just don't know. I don't know what's happening.
I think that what they're trying to do with him coming from the other X-Men is combine two timelines from the comic series. You know how there were different,
right?
So
I mean that's, they're
but
obviously combining them, but it's to what level? Is it like blowing up this whole multiverse thing, or is it?
Did he die in Age of Ultron?
Yeah,
like,
but that's what I'm saying.
Or did she just pull him from an alternate
Infinite.
universe?
Right,
like,
right.
Are we getting into multiverses here? Which
Right,
is like what the next Doctor Strange. Yeah, right. Because the Doctor Strange movie is in the multiverses. So I think that's sort of leading into where we're going
Future
here.
Past, the X-Men movie Days of Future Past,
right.
Peter didn't die in it. So that's what I'm saying. They're taking that timeline, which is a completely another world, like
Universe.
there's different Earths. Right, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
it's a different universe.
So
all I know is it's going to be a bummer not having Wolverine as Hugh Jackman. Like, I mean, they need to just pull him out of retirement and bring him back. I know he did Logan, but come on. There's no other
Logan.
Wolverine.
I just want to point out that we did a lot of pre-production meetings for this show today as our big debut here, and we talked about having you. Yeah, we did. We had a few, and we talked about having you on, Harley. And not once did WandaVision come up. We were like, let's talk to her about like impeachment and legal stuff.
I was planning to talk Marvel the whole time.
Okay.
I just couldn't tell you guys because you would have tried to talk me out of it. But come on, this is exciting.
That's the first thing I
still don't know why you wanted me on this thing, but that's fine. I can give my hot takes, to the
can
universe.
No, God's honest truth. This is as authentic and sincere as I can be. Is I was trying to figure out the first guest, so I asked my wife because I trust her on everything. I said I want a guest that we've had on before because it was kind of last minute. So I wanted somebody that I had a relationship. So I said, Christina's my wife. I said, out of all of the guests that we've had on our shows, who would you like to see again? And she gave me two names, and it was you, and then our guest next week. So
thank you, Christina.
And I agreed with her as soon as she said it, I was like, Harley would be an incredible guest. So, she's never wrong. Christina's always right.
Wook says he trusts his wife on everything, but he didn't trust her enough when she said to just leave the paintings on the floor and don't hang them. Like she was like, you know what? Don't hang the posters. Just leave them on the floor.
So I guess let me touch on this real quick. I just moved, and this is the new Wook+ studio. But I decided to move during the biggest storm we've had in over a decade. And so I had no utilities for like 3 days. It took a really long time to get in. So it's under construction. I still have drywall to do. I still have painting to do. So hopefully by next week or 2 episodes from now, the studio will look a lot better. All right. So I don't want to get
Marvel
too much
bracket.
into
People are asking for the Marvel bracket. Just so you know, in the chat, I've been asking for this for like 6 months.
So who are your top 4?
Oh God.
Oh boy.
Top 4.
Let's lay out the framework and then answer. I think what the format we're going to use is heroes versus villains in the greater Marvel.
Define villain, define hero. I mean, it's not the whole point of Marvel, though.
Scarlet
I'm sorry to cut you off. It's always that split,
Wanda,
good
man.
in, Exactly. Wanda's a perfect example.
No, but they still have the big bads, and I would say, like Thanos,
or Avengers versus non-Avengers. Is that what we're talking about here?
Because there's X-Men and
too many
Fantastic
crossovers.
Four.
Yeah, there are Young Avengers, Defenders.
But it would be like Spider-Man would have to be at the top of one, wouldn't it?
But like,
boo!
Captain Marvel.
Spider-Man was the original Marvel thing, right?
All right,
I vote for Captain Marvel.
Forget the framework of villains, heroes. I concede your point, Harley. This is why we're consulting with an expert. She's really good at this. Holy shit. I'm like sweating now. I'm like, I'm nervous. Okay, so just characters. Can we say that? Marvel characters. What's your final 4?
Oh God, you didn't warn me about this question. Captain Marvel's in there for sure.
Good call.
I feel like I watch I've gone back and watched the universe in
I'm writing my
chronological order
I'm writing mine
multiple
down.
times, twice recently, and every time I love everyone. I don't want to pick. Captain Marvel wins. She's my favorite.
Just one, just her.
I would have to put Wanda up near.
Wanda's up towards the top too, for sure.
She's
Well,
just
those
such a
two are the
complex
only ones who
character.
like almost took Thanos down too, if you think about it. You know, he needed the stone to knock her out.
And she
but-
killed all mutants in the comic books. She killed every mutant
Right.
in the
So then is she going to kill her brother?
Yes, I think she
Oh.
is.
In WandaVision, because
Yeah.
that's if she's, you know, if we're bringing in House of M
Right.
and all mutants like must die, so they're bringing her brother back just to have her kill him.
Yes. Yes, and I think they're doing the thing where
I think-
Mephisto is the father of the twin.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, they've been teasing that since episode 1, I think, or giving little Easter eggs. I think the Pietro thing, by the way, might be just a taste, just a tease. Like, it's not blowing open the multiverse just yet. It's going to give you the mechanism, because that's how Marvel does it, is they take these really complicated mechanisms and then they give them to you very slowly so that by the time they do implement it, everybody's familiar with it. Like, yeah, that makes sense, right? Like the quantum realm with Ant-Man. It was teased and brought in slowly. So by the time
100%.
it became Endgame, right, you already knew it and accepted it. It wasn't a stretch. Same thing with Guardians, right? Like
That's a really good point.
when they expanded it to space. So I think this Pietro thing is introducing the taste of the multiverse, but then they're going to go away from it. And especially now with Falcon and Winter Soldier, it's going to go back to the
Dear God, I just want our audience to know that this is not a Marvel fucking podcast show. Like, my God. I mean,
all right. Yeah,
said,
you're
hold on
right.
a second. That said, we need to do some housekeeping here because, first of all, Tim, you're directing the show, so don't be afraid to go to the 2-shot, 3-shot, and show these people our technology. Also, there's some good comments on the YouTube going on right now. That said,
Wait, why me?
I don't know.
You're
why.
really good at
No,
multitasking.
yeah, put it on me for a second. See my fucking fucked up hair right now. All right, I have my
You look
top four.
beautiful.
You asked for it, Chad.
I have my top
Great.
Your
four.
hair looks great.
Thank you. I have my top four. You ready? I agree on
You do
Captain
great.
Marvel number 1 because she can do anything. So whatever. I'm going Star-Lord Quinn number 2.
Yeah. That's a good one.
And then I have a tie for third place between Thor and Iron Man.
Thor wins over Iron Man.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I would see
He
that.
would also,
Fine.
it's a Wook. He fits in with you guys. Like,
Yeah,
in-
yeah.
Yeah. Wook
Okay,
Thor.
then I'll bump Iron Man. I gotta keep Iron Man in there somewhere because he's so important to the plot. But I'll put tie for fourth, Baby Groot in Iron Man. How about that?
Baby Groot,
Oh,
not
that's
adolescent Groot and not Groot.
Pretty good.
Baby Groot,
Thank you.
dancing Baby Groot.
Look for a Mr. Blue Sky Music Mondays for me.
I was
next.
about to say, can you put on music with this thing and then you could do it? That's like the best opening ever.
I was
love
gonna do
it.
Mr. Blue Sky this week, but then I watched Guardians of the Galaxy 2 again, and then I found Lakeshore Drive, and I was like, oh, that piano part's so good, and I wanted to
It's
learn
so
it really
good.
bad, and so I was like, that's what I did. So,
Can we get it? Can we hear some of it?
well, yeah, if you follow me on Twitter on Music Mondays, like
Playing right now.
Harley,
Sorry.
okay,
I'm sorry.
I tell you
I've
what,
been working.
I tell you what, I'll send you a personal email of it if you tell me one good thing about Trump's defense in the impeachment trial. One good thing about Trump's defense, because I have a couple, but I want to hear you.
They read the Longfellow poem. It was cool to hear poetry being read.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
That's a great observation, Jeff.
That's a great observation. I didn't watch today, full disclosure. I didn't watch today. I was in my own due process hearings all day. My first one was at 9. My last one was at 3:45.
Yeah.
I'm tired, so I didn't watch today. But their suits were well tailored.
Oh, I thought the first guy, it was way too baggy. Pinstripes and baggy? You don't go pinstripe.
Well, the pinstripe
baggy.
was like awful, but okay, I'm trying to be nice, okay?
You
What
are.
did you think of the whole thing with the drink? What did you think of the whole thing with the drinking water yesterday?
So I think I went to Jewish day school. So I immediately just thought he left his key. He forgot he took his kippah off, or it's just like go to, because a lot of times if you have the little keep clips on it. Like when you tilt your head back to take a drink of water, it falls off. So that was I don't know if that's right or not.
I think you're dead right,
Yeah,
and I never thought of that. I
And
never
all these people
thought of
had
that.
to apologize for making fun of the guy, because they were saying, "What's he taking his brains in?" Because they were saying
he's hiding his space lasers, but I'm still trying to find mine.
Wolf has one.
I mean,
Okay. So
I'm Jewish. I can say this. It's fine.
Oh,
okay, all
Could
right,
you
all right.
imagine Wolf having space lasers though? Anyway,
That would be tough. Yeah,
Wolfie.
zap him. Yeah,
Oh,
we'll bring him back.
he'll be back.
Well, I'm a superhero, so I obviously have lasers.
Right. I would definitely have Doctor Strange at the top. I think that he's
He's so good.
he's the whole supernatural wing of the multiverse.
It's so trippy. I think he's up there too.
Yeah,
I'd put Doctor Strange up over Iron Man. Sorry.
Yeah, I would too.
yeah, I would too. And above Thor, honestly, I think it's Wanda.
Thor's just hot.
It's Scarlet. I know, but it's
#1.
Scarlet Witch. I think is one. She's the most powerful out of all of them, with the exception of Captain Marvel, probably.
I think didn't they say like those two are the most powerful? I saw some guy like
yeah.
melting on Twitter the other day in response to like a check mark, blue check mark or white check mark account, freaking out when they said that the two chicks were the
but I think that's
strongest.
I think
it's
that's
accurate.
In line with, I think that's in line with the what do you call it? Canon too, though. Like the comic books. I think they've always
100%. Yeah, but men don't like that. So
I know.
he was having a melt on Twitter.
Do you see all those Marvel bros that were all upset about Captain Marvel when her movie came out? I don't even know I don't understand. I just know that they're being
They were
stupid
angry
about it. Yeah.
Brie, what's her
They
name?
were really
Brie?
angry.
Brie Larson.
Brie Larson.
Although, I
she's
gotta say
incredible.
though, Olsen, I think is a better actress than.
I love
I'm gonna
her.
mess their names up.
And I never knew her.
I wasn't familiar. I'm only familiar with Kate and Ashley's sister.
Right.
But with her in the Marvel universe, I'm not sure what she did before, but she is Wanda Scarlet Witch. Like she's so good, and she's really evolved over, since they were introduced in Ultron.
Yeah, she became a good actress because in Age of Ultron, like with the accent and things.
The accent came back when she broke back through, though, a little bit.
Yeah, it did.
A little
That
bit.
was weird. So what'd
The
you think of the
subtleties,
paper?
though, and like the different approaches for the different genres, the different time periods for the, each week it's like the 50s, 60s, 70s. It's the little really minor nuances and subtleties that she does in her acting that is spot on to how the actors of that period acted.
I agree.
It's phenomenal.
The woman from Two Broke Girls. I can't think
Kat
of her
Dennings.
name.
Kat Dennings.
Oh yeah,
Because she was in the first
Thor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was a student, I think, at the time, and now she comes in and she's like doctor, whatever her last name is.
And I don't even think she was astrophysics.
Right.
She was wasn't it like psychology and like something else?
Yeah.
Her and Wu and what's her name? Monica. The three of them together are the coolest fucking thing
Agent
ever.
Wu, like he was like, I was just, he was a cop in Ant-Man. So, but I like him now, But did you see he like did the magic trick with the card when he's walking out, and that's what he's doing at his desk when
he finally did it. Yeah, that was great.
So
great.
that was so good. What do you guys think of the? I've been thinking a lot about this. The commercials, obviously, they're Easter eggs.
Helps you clean up your mess. The logos.
Well, that was Lagos, right? That was Lagos. That was messed up.
That was
and then the first one was the wash.
Yeah, the commercials are the
I'm like
best.
taking pictures of my TV. The first one I'm watching, and they have the Hydra symbol in the watch.
The first one was nice. Then it was the Hydra, and they've started.
Well, I have a theory.
All right.
I have a hot take on this.
Sure.
I don't know. Okay, I don't know, maybe I haven't said this out loud. I've also been alone in my apartment for months, so let's see how this plays
That's
out.
how crazy it is.
Yeah, this is only I've worked through this in my brain only. So here's the debut. So each commercial seems to be like a traumatic period in her life, in Wanda's life. So you have the watch, the first one, Hydra. And then the second one, I think, was the Hydra Soak, which looked like the Tesseract. And then it got like worse. They got worse and worse. With the toaster, which was a Stark Industry, and that bomb, I think, when she was explaining what happened and her parent, like watching her parents get killed, and they were like alone in their apartment staring
Under
at
the
that
bed,
bomb.
staring
Yeah,
at
like
Stark, yeah.
the thing that didn't go off and it said Stark on it. So that was the toaster. And then Lagos with the clean up your mess, because we all know what happened there. So they're all like really traumatic experiences in her life. So is it like are they like commercial breaks from her mind, from her like mind control?
Right.
Like who is infiltrating, and like
It's gotta take
she's always so
much-
shaken up afterwards.
It's
She
take
looks
so
like
much energy for her to keep that world up. She has to have those breaks, and that's when reality breaks through.
right. So that's
Whoa.
does that make sense? Does that kind of make sense? I don't know how that's working.
All right, Harley, we're gonna go. We have a special message from one of our sponsors. Then we have a quick little bit.
Speaking of commercials,
And then we're ultimately going to have our next guest, but you're welcome to hang out if you're available still. If
We
not,
love you, Har.
Love
It
you
was really
guys.
great
This is
talking to
great.
you.
This is so much fun. Everyone.
yeah, this is a new level for us. We're really up in this shit right now.
The theme song's legit. I'm
Yeah,
happy.
it was
Thank you for
Jason.
not making me talk about football.
Right.
of course.
That's what
Coming
Chris
up
is
next.
coming on for, right?
Coming up
Exactly.
Half of the
Spoiler.
like, oh, Marvel, and the other has to be like, oh, football. Fuck.
Yeah.
Greatest show ever.
Ever. All right, guys.
Bye, guys.
Thanks,
Bye.
Harley.
Hi, Har.
We'll see you
Say
soon.
hi to Julius.
He's sleeping. I'll say hi.
Every year, thousands of wooks suffer needlessly. Some of them got bunked. Some didn't sell enough heady beers to pay for gas to the next show. Some just can't stop chomping by the tapers. And some just spun too hard. This is why we desperately need your help. Here at Adopt a Wook, our mission is for no wook to be left behind. With your generosity, you can adopt a wook. Visit wookplus.com/adopt and choose which wook you'd like to adopt. We will send you a picture of your wook and periodic updates on their condition. In these difficult times, it is important we get each other's six. Again, that's wookplus.com/adopt. Together, we can make a difference. When two wooks have a dispute over some wook shit, they settle it in Wook Court. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. Wook Court is now in session. In the matter of the previous case, we have found that young Ryan, is in fact a virgin. Case closed. Case dismissed. Our next case coming up, we have Llama versus Great Went. Llama has brought a complaint to the court. Oh, thank you for dressing up. Thank you. The court appreciates that. Versus Great Went. Thank you for wearing your Hustler t-shirts. We appreciate that. Llama, what is the case before the Wook Court today?
I'm suing for defective Wookenstocks that I bought when he was selling them in the lot.
You're suing for a Wookenstocks? Like Birkenstocks?
Yes, but they're made for Wooks.
Okay, how much did you pay for these Wookenstocks?
$50.
$50. Llama's suing for $50. All right, what show was this at?
I was at the Maryland Post Pavilion show in 2018.
Was
Okay.
he even there? He doesn't even know the name of the place. What am I doing here? How did I get here?
You're being sued for $50 for selling Birkenstocks
Look.
Birkenstocks at Merriweather Post Pavilion.
Do you
Were
have
you there in 18?
Do you have a Colorado headband?
I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
Because
That
I
was the
remember
black
a guy
headband.
looking. I remember a guy looking
Order.
through the box of defective Wookenstocks with a Colorado headband on. It was blue and white stripes that had a red C in the middle.
No, I'm not from Colorado, and that headband does not sound familiar.
Order. Point of order. Mr. Wendt, were you in fact selling Birkenstocks at the Merriweather Post Pavilion in 18?
I sell my Wook+stocks everywhere.
Okay, so you were there. We can concede that point.
I've been on the road since I got stuck in Mexico after the last shows because there were no more shows because of the damn corona. I've been in Mexico for the past year.
You really should have retained Harley as a lawyer. Okay, that's all I'm saying. All right, so moving on. Point of order, because I don't want this bit to go on much longer. Llama.
Yes, I was raging out.
Was there any indication was there any indication that he was selling defective Birkenstocks in a side bin, and you decided to cheap out and buy the $50 ones instead of the $100 ones?
Sir, he was running a discount special that day to celebrate making $100 from some trust fund kid. So the next two people got discounted shoes.
Is that true?
I was one of those.
Is that true, Mr. Wendt?
No, I would never do something that dumb.
Well, Mr. Llama, do you have any evidence to prove that he was in fact doing that? I have a gavel.
That he was selling Wook+stocks? Yes. He already established that he does sell them.
Do you have them? Let's see.
No. Order.
I'll bring you the fourth one. All right,
Order. I am sorry for that disruption. I'm so sorry for that disruption. I'm going to go ahead and make my ruling, though, right here and right now. Llama, if you're buying something called Wook+stocks on the lot for $50, that's on you. I rule in favor of the defendant, Mr. Wendt. Case dismissed. That's it. We're done. Bye.
You know, this bit has legs. It'll get there.
It'll get there.
It'll get there. Let's go in and bring in our next guest.
Oh, yeah. A little bit of that
Mr.
football.
Chris Weaver.
Hey,
How we doing, Chris?
Hey, Chris.
Good. How you guys
Welcome
doing?
to Wook+live. This is the debut episode. I really appreciate you coming on.
Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
No, it was
busy. This is a busy time of the year, huh?
Well,
Getting all that footage from the season.
Well, today is like the official like last day for most of us in terms of the season that just happened. We cut most of our weekly shows for air on Tuesday and Wednesday, and so basically all our short deadline stuff is out the door. So this is it's a good week now. The season's over. Glad we got it in, and it was a good one, I think.
What did you think of the Super Bowl? I have my opinions, but I'm a Bucs fan.
I want to hear what you think. When you had me on, and what was it, early September, and talked a little bit about the Bucs, and I said, well, I think they'll at least be interesting. That's all I remember saying. I don't think I wanted to make a prediction, but congratulations. That was a hell of a season, man. They win like 7 straight to go to the playoffs, and
I think if it weren't the COVID year and they had their full practices and full training camp, they probably would have even had a better year and a better season.
Oh, I think they would have started a lot hotter, I think, than they did.
And it's funny because when Chad is a Packers fan and watching the games, playoff games,
it's really funny.
Well, no, but watching the games leading up to the Super Bowl, I had one opinion of the Bucs, like where I thought in my head they were as a team, and then watching them take on KC the way they did and handle them, I actually the Packers went and the Saints went a little bit higher, and I think that they were even better than I thought. You know what I mean? Like I don't even know if we realized how good the Bucs had become in the last month. Like it's kind of unrealistic for a Bucs fan to even think like that.
I agree.
I think their defense started to jump out late in the year. Like I knew they had some really good or I thought they had some really good talent on defense, and Levante David and Devin White. I think White's outstanding, and so I sort of saw a couple games earlier in the year where he was jumping out at me. I thought he was going to be he should have had an All-Pro a nomination this year, but he had a great year, and their defense really started to sort of take off there at the end of the year. And I think they started to show some signs, but I'm with you. I didn't really see it coming. I thought Green Bay was going to be the team. I was really kind of pulling for them and the Chiefs to play in the Super Bowl, and that's what I was pulling for the year before, actually. But anyway, the Bucs turned it on, man.
What Super Bowl would that have been a redo of? Green Bay Chiefs?
The first one, the very first Super Bowl
one, right.
one. Yeah. And so, in fact, about two 2-3 weeks ago, we went to the LA Coliseum for one of the Peyton shoots, and we had the field painted like Super Bowl one, like it was painted for Super Bowl one. So it had Chiefs and Packers in the end zone. And that was the joke while we were there. Is everybody was like, God, they should just come play the game here. That's probably who's going to be in it, you know. And so, yeah, that would have been a cool rematch. But hey, you can't go wrong with. Well, I like seeing Brady in the big games. I know people are sick of him, but I still like to see him in the big games, you know.
You know, later watch somebody at that level that execute. I mean, even if you're not a fan of him as an individual, to see anyone execute at that level is it's.
I couldn't walk up the steps at 43. Let alone.
I mean, look at what he did. It's the same thing when Peyton went to Denver. Look at how they just changed the whole like environment of that team. Like all of a sudden, this guy comes in and like he raises everybody up to that level. Like you can't help but play harder and play better and practice harder and practice better. Like it's just that's what's phenomenal about it is it makes everybody else play at 11 instead of like, you know, their usual 8 or 9 or something. It's just amazing. Well,
this certainly speaks to that. I mean, it's a little stunning. I mean, to walk in, you know, and go that, you know, the first year, just take them right there. I mean, they were pretty loaded with talent now, and Arians is a good coach, and the assistant staff is incredibly good. I like a lot of those coaches, but it's still to go in and do it. You know, that's the mission. I want to sign you to do this, and they did it. That's what it's all about, I guess. You know,
it's amazing.
I agree.
Totally.
Thanks, Harley.
Hey, Harley. I wasn't sure if you wanted to come back or not. This is a different format. With our old format, you could come in and out as you want. I have a little more control.
You think I knew how to do that? I didn't know that until right now. You can go in and out.
Well,
I mean, like on the thing, whatever. You know what I mean? It took me forever to log on this thing earlier today.
That was for a certain element of fish Twitter, and you all know where that goes.
God.
Hey, Chris, I got a question for you. Well, actually, I don't have a question for you. Later on, we're going to take some calls, and I hope you're down to taking some sports talk radio calls. Do you mind?
Well, I'll do my best. How about that?
Okay, we'll do it in about like 15 minutes or so.
I really like Chris's voice, though.
I love Chris.
I'll do my best.
I love Chris's hair. I love everything about Chris.
I know.
What are you talking about? I'm like crushing on Chris right now.
Right, but you know, like people, you can't hear people in their tweets, you know. So that little drawl on the end, whereas I sound like a New York City whining nasally.
You sound exactly like I thought you would sound like. Honestly, you sound exactly like I thought you would sound like.
I have a question for Chris, though. Hey, Chris, yeah. What was your favorite episode shooting for season 2 of Peyton's Places?
Well, that's an easy one. I was going to say it's a hard one, but I do have a solid runaway favorite, which was the Letterman episode. The Letterman episode was unbelievable. That's one of the most, you know, it's like a dream type day, and to get it all done, like it was a very like demanding day. Like we had a lot of stuff to do, and Letterman was a sweetheart. He was great. He trusted us. But he worked with us. He was awesome. That was a great one. But then the last one we did was pretty cool. We flew, like I said, we went to LA Coliseum, which I've never been to, and I've always thought it was a cool stadium, and to finally see it in person was awesome. And we flew a jetpack around in there. So that's cool. Those two are the ones that jump out. But I actually thought this year we went to some even more special places than we did the year before. You know, we also went to West Point with Bill Clinton, which was awesome. I've never been to West Point, and I've always wanted to go. And it's a beautiful place to film. So, yeah, it's a really fun season to shoot. Loved it.
I enjoyed this season. It was really fun to watch. And I'm a diehard Elway fan. It's like there's Patrick Waugh and there's John Elway are my childhood heroes in sports. And to see the Peyton Manning Elway episode, like I was like, all I wanted to do is ask you, how much footage do you have extra of that? And can I go through it all and watch it all? Because it's just awesome.
Well, that was the first thing we shot. That was like late June. It was sort of almost like an experiment. Like we hadn't flown. Nobody had flown since the virus or whatever. So we were all. So we tried to take it pretty easy, but it turned out awesome. Elway was great, and of course, you know, him and Manny together is a one of a kind thing, and so It was awesome. That was a lot of fun. But to be true, the truth is, there's not a lot left on the floor. These shows, man, like these
tight.
We shoot whatever we shoot. Not a lot of it gets left behind like some shows we do. We pack a lot into a shoot day, but we use almost all of it. You know.
That's cool. That's great. I really enjoyed the Vanderbeek episode too, the going through the football, and the Kurt Russell episode. It was fun, like watching the Hollywood tie-in, and that stuff was really cool. It was a good season. I was really impressed. It was fun. Thanks a lot for doing it.
You saying that. I mean, obviously Peyton makes it great, and then our showrunner, a guy named Neil Zinder, is sort of the wizard behind all of it. I mean, he's like an Orson Welles kind of guy that takes it very seriously. And the tone of the show is Peyton, but the next most important guy is Neil, and he deserves a lot of credit. He makes it a great
Comes
show.
off really well. Are you guys doing season 3? Will there be a season 3 thing?
Yeah, ESPN Plus and Disney announced we're doing a season 3, and so
sweet.
We're trying to. I don't know if it's going to happen, but we're trying to do a shoot in March. In fact, we're trying to get back out on the road. So we haven't shot since LA, but we're trying to do one in March. Hopefully that'll come around and we'll get the train rolling.
Awesome, and also really quick, congratulations on the Hall of Fame video. That thing was awesome too. I saw you at a party and shooting that with Peyton. Like that was really cool. What was that like trying to surprise him first of all, and then actually like shooting the thing that announced him getting into the Hall of Fame, which is a pretty big deal.
Well, when I got called about it, and it was sort of that happened on like I want to say a Thursday, and I got called on a Monday, and they were like, "Can you fly to Denver on Wednesday?" And I said, "Yeah, I could probably do that. I'm not crazy about traveling right now with the the virus the way it is, but what is it?" And like, "Well, we can't tell you." And I said, "Well, I might need a little more than that." So at first, it took me a little bit to get it out of the person to find out what was going on. But they said they gave me some bits, they gave me some scraps along the way. So once I found out what was going on, I was truly like honored to just do something like that. I got to go backstage when Michael Irvin was going into the Hall of Fame that year, and I'm a Cowboys fan. Like that was a really special thing. And I was still pretty young, I guess. And so I had done that sort of side of it, and to see him get it, and now he's sort of like he's like a coworker. You know what I mean? Like I see him it, and we like him, and we have a good time with him, and so. It was really special to see that.
And to have like all those coaches on the field and everything, it was so cool. Are you guys going to plan on doing something for the Hall of Fame? Are you guys going to shoot when he gets in and do a little thing? Hopefully something.
The truth is we haven't even talked about it, but I'm sure we'll shoot something. You know what I mean?
I would like to pitch you an idea. I'll come and like I'm here. I'm available.
I haven't seen Travis get this excited and fanboy in a long time.
I know this has
been a long time. I would just have an hour
just
just with
Travis.
Chris and go back and forth. This is
I'm about to pile on the fanboy thing because last time Chris was on, I had commented on how much he sounded and actually looked like Peyton Manning. After all the work he's done with Peyton Manning, I was wondering, but I'm gonna add on to it this time. Two things. First of all, you have an incredible chin and jawline. I mean, just come on, like that's not even fucking fair. Second of all, I'm asking for the ladies in Twitter. Are you single?
No, I'm very not single. I got, I'm very happily married, and I have kids, so I'm off the market.
Oh man, you just let a lot of people down, Chris.
I bet. Yeah, no, that's very
okay.
kind.
No, but congratulations on all that success in your life.
Oh yes.
Congratulations on your happiness.
Your happiness.
Exactly.
I think you're just you're making that up. You're buttering me up. I thought you were going to throw a Packers question at me or something.
Harley,
we're going to take calls in a little bit. We're going to take calls in a little bit. Don't worry about it.
I hope they don't start bashing me for anything bad I said about their team last time I was here.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who's going to call. We have no idea who might be calling you.
I do. I have a slight idea.
Well, we have the phone lines. Phone lines are open. A lot of people are asking. A lot of people are asking about the Chad line. They're calling it the Chad line on the YouTube chat for some reason. I don't know why they're calling it the Chad line because it's an open phone line. So
yeah,
anyone can call in. If you have the number, you can call in.
Yeah, and the number.
Oh no! Oh no!
Did you get that?
No!
Yeah,
oh no!
No, it's just.
Glitches. Damn, new system
tech.
glitches.
New tech. Wow, we did not get that number. Could you one more time, please? Could you do that one more time? Give us the number.
Seriously? It's just
one more time. We just didn't. Oh shit, we lost him again. God damn it.
Every time.
Oh, 6?
Anyway,
it ends in 6.
I'm not saying it again. I will figure out the technology.
Okay. We're really sorry, guys. We're really sorry. This is new tech we're playing with, and sometimes, So
I actually have a couple of questions for Chris before we move on. I wanted to know how the Weaver Pogs Did I get that right? How
Room
you
cough,
made out in fantasy this year?
God, it ended so long ago. I'm trying to remember, guys. I don't.
Must not have won then if you can't
I don't
remember that.
remember.
Could've been
Hold
that
on.
good.
Couldn't have been that good.
I'm pretty sure I played. I don't remember much more than that. I don't remember much more than that. Now, Mark Brownstein actually won it this year, obviously from the Disco Biscuit, the basis for Disco Biscuits. And historically, he's been not very good. Worse than that, he's been terrible, right? So this year, he said, I'm doing some research. I'm going to dig in. I'm going to try to get it right. And he followed Howard Bender, who is, the commissioner of the league. And Brownie came out and he won the whole damn thing and sort of embarrassed a couple people along the way. But I don't really remember how my season went. No,
Yeah,
I wasn't that. I think it was okay
early on, and it didn't end well for me. And nobody really likes talking about their own fantasy.
Crappy fantasy team. Yeah. Well, I had Dak Prescott was my quarterback, and I was doing really well early, and then he got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And
he was blowing up early, and then
I never could. And then I had a running back that was Chris Carson, who started off hot, and then he was never on the field, even though he was never hurt. He just never played. He just wasn't not quite healthy enough. And so, I had all kinds of. But I had Hopkins I had Devontae Adams, who was incredible. But if Dak would have stayed, I think I had a really good team. But
it was a weird year, though. I think it was hard. I don't know if maybe you're more in the know, but it was hard for me this year. Harder for me this year to get a good team and each week's lineup. There was just a lot going on, a lot more variables. I ended up just kind of giving up. I hate to say it, but I just couldn't do it this year. It was really hard to stay on top of it compared to past years. But
it was hard just because life in general was tougher this year, and it was hard because a lot of injury. I mean, almost every team. I mean, the other league I play in at my work with colleagues at work, I had a much better year. I made the playoffs, but I got slaughtered in the first round, I always seem to do that in that league. But it was that league I actually had a mostly healthy year. I think the teams that stayed healthy, you had a shot. That's it. But
that's what it came down to. So I want, and I don't know if you're really an expert, but I want your take anyway, because I respect and trust your takes with football, at least more than these guys. Do you think Tampa's going to be able to maintain this? Should I be excited and looking forward, or am I going to be a little hesitant and nervous and, this is going to be hard for them to maintain? Is this at least for the next couple of years, is this going to be the new,
I think they're going to be good for at least another year. I mean, Brady's coming back, and as long as he's healthy on his feet, they're going to be pretty good. But I don't know their whole their contract situation and all that stuff. I don't know who's.
They got a lot of free agents.
Yeah, that's
a lot of free agents.
Well, that's obviously a big deal. I don't know what but if they have guys if they're keeping at least some of the core guys on defense like David and White and then if you're keeping Evans and I don't know what the running back situation is, but I don't know if they got most of those guys coming back, they're going to be fine. But it's kind of like we just said in fantasy. It's about keeping them healthy. Well, in the real one, it's about keeping all your guys, which is tough to do in the free agent world.
Yeah, for sure. Hey,
but be excited though. That's what I say. I'd say be excited about the Bucs.
Well, I'm excited. Well, I mean, it's been 18 years. It's and I was kind of pissed. I don't know if anyone else can get this, and maybe I'm just it's weird mental, but it's been such a struggle and it's been such a hard 18 years that as much as I appreciate and love Tom Brady for coming in and really, there was a weird part of me that was oh, fuck you. Seriously, it almost negated all the pain and struggle of the last 18 years of watching after that, that defense with Sapp and Brooks and Barber and, and when Allstott and all those guys, after they all left and we turned into the shit team again, it was bad. It wasn't like we gradually went to shit. It was a terrible, terrible team for a very long time.
It was a bad run, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how long do you think Brady has left?
3 years.
43.
Next year, maybe a year or two after that. But yeah,
if they can maintain a healthy O-line and keep him on his feet, he'll have 3 more years. If they start getting some injuries and holes in their O-line and he starts getting knocked down a bunch.
Turf.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, that's the whole thing, though. And that's always been the key to beating him. That's why the Broncos always had success. Well, some success against him was hitting him. Even if you don't sack him, it's hitting him and getting him off his mark and disturbing him and pissing him off and getting him angry, and like that's how you gotta. That's just what you gotta do to him. I mean, I'm watching Von Miller. You know, that last time we played him in the AFC Championship game, beat him was a beautiful thing. Piss him off and like get him off his mark. That's how you end his career too. Like get him sick of fucking picking himself up off the ground.
That's how you end his career.
And I don't mean hurt him. I just mean like get him sick of being sore and tired and like, you know, aches and pains the Monday morning, getting out of that ice bath. You're like, oh, I'm 45. I don't need this shit anymore. Go retire.
New Orleans Saints shit, putting bounties out.
But to go from crab legs to him has to be a nice feeling, Tim. I mean, you know, got rid of a terrible quarterback for the greatest one ever.
We had high hopes.
Everyone had high hopes.
But did you see him drunk today? That was the funniest thing ever.
That was good.
Chat's muted and he's talking. Do we let him know that he's muted or
No.
Drank.
That's the second time.
He's just trying to find out if he's single or not.
I know the answer already, and it sucks.
He's like, Chris, you have a great chin line.
I know, and I mean, maybe people are asking that on Twitter, but I feel like don't blame it on the ladies. Own your shit. You wanted to know.
You know
If
what?
Chris was single or not.
Fair enough.
That was
Fair
you.
enough.
You wanted to know.
Totally fair. Absolutely
Okay.
fair. All right. Cool. You also have a great chin line, Harley. Just also, you know, I like people with the guests. I just want to make sure, you know.
This is why everybody at Wook Plus has beards, so that way he's not distracted by your chin.
You just
lines.
hide the chin
You guys
line.
do have
I have a superb
The chin line's
chin line
increased
right
since
here.
quarantine. Been working from home.
I leave mine exposed.
Yeah. What the fuck, Chris? You shave?
Yeah. I had no idea. I should have let it go.
If you had Chris's chin line, you would shave.
That's true. You would totally. If I had a chin line, I would totally shave.
Yeah,
Best chin line on Wook Plus history, period.
Glad
is a
they
lot.
like the wall. Yeah.
Are we doing a
You also
bracket?
have- I'm sorry. You also have a little Matt Smith thing going on, like a Doctor Who kind of Matt Smith. You know Matt
Dad,
Smith?
I'm gonna say this
I
as
know,
your friend, but this is uncomfortable.
Chris, run. Just exit. the
No,
chat.
I'm just
Exit.
saying
Go.
he looks a
I
little
don't
like
know
Matt
who that-
Smith. That's
I
all.
might know. I'm awful with names. I might know who this person is. Like from what show? What shows are they? Any of the
Doctor
shows?
Who.
Yeah, I don't
He's
watch.
Doctor Who, yeah. And not the
Yeah.
cool Doctor Who, the new one.
Yeah, I was about to say I've seen bits of the old one, but I haven't seen the new one.
You know what? I'm so embarrassed right now. I just have to turn off my camera. I am so sorry, man. I'm
What was
I'm
that
dancing
number?
right now.
What was that number?
What was the number? Yeah, look, what was the number again to call in?
Ends in a stick.
Oh
What?
yeah, the number is all right. That's the last time I'm gonna say. So make sure you have
Okay.
your pens out.
Okay.
It is 1.
Oh no! Fuck! What
Got
the
it?
hell? Damn it! That keeps happening.
Harley, my wife just messaged me, and she doesn't
From
usually when
upstairs.
we're live, but she said, "Why hasn't Harley been on this whole time? She fucking loves you." As soon as I brought you back on, she was like, "Thank you for bringing her back on."
So how are your plants doing, Harley?
They're actually doing really well. I got them a
Very
little
nice.
humidifier because the heat is drying them out. But I have a bunch now. I'm trying to propagate some. Of
You
them.
had them behind you last time.
I'm sitting. I got a desk. I
Oh.
finally. I spent 10 months working on my couch. Like literally doing remote hearings and drafting motions and everything, like on my couch.
Sweatpants?
And yeah, I haven't put on a suit since almost a year. I went from
Very
wearing
nice.
a suit every day
Love
to I have not put on a bra in a year. It's awesome.
Me neither.
And so I'm at my grown-up desk.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought
Well,
it.
be glad you're stuck at home though, Harley, because I can tell you traveling is not fun. So it's better just staying. Like Chris was saying, having to fly to Denver. I had to fly to Dallas and 10 days before Christmas for a shoot, and it was the
I
worst
mean,
experience.
I don't know if I
Dude,
want to
the
like
prop-
fly, but I'd walk to the office right now. Like I've been trapped in an apartment, like alone,
Yeah.
since March.
I want to give
So-
props to Travis though for his travel getup because I can't imagine having to do that, and
He looked
I
like
am
Devo.
kind of a nervous guy. He looked like the beehive keeper from WandaVision. He had the whole what do you call
Are you the
that?
person that
the
got
whole-
kicked off the plane for having that mask on the news?
No.
No.
His own homemade
I'll show you.
mask?
It's like it was a cool. It was like built into a sweatshirt, and it had you could zip in a shield into the front of it. That was like a. Full
So are you
face shield, but it was
Storm?
but it was like a hoodie. Yeah, it was like very much like Storm. It is badass. And then I had my face mask on, and then I landed in Dallas, and like no one's wearing face masks or anything, and I look like a total freak, even worse than I did here. Like a total freak. And I'm like,
People weren't wearing face masks out.
oh no,
In
I
Dallas?
had to pick up takeout because like the hotel, everything's closed in the hotel, so I had to go down the street to a bar to order in and take my food back. And when I went in there, like people were sitting around tables,
People were
off,
inside.
drinking, singing. Oh yeah, and this was 10 days before Christmas, like singing songs from the radio. It was terrifying. Like I ran in there, grabbed my food, and ran back to the
Like,
hotel.
I
It
like
was
to-
like a whole different world.
I go to the grocery store 2 blocks away, and that's it. Like I have like
Yeah.
1,500 masks here.
Well, that was like I couldn't
rotating.
believe they made me go down there. I was like, "We're really doing a shoot 10 days before Christmas in Dallas? Like, you kidding me?" And I mean, the
That's
shoot was
scary.
great. The people were the protocols were all in place on the shoot and stuff. It was great, and the shoot went great. But it was a terrifying experience. I will say that.
I don't want to cut you off, but our
Yeah, go
lines
ahead.
are finally ringing. I guess somebody figured out the phone line. So we're gonna take. Give me line 4. Let's see what line 4 has to say. Hello, line 4. Who's on line 4? It's not showing up. Our new system.
I'm sorry. The cops were outside there. Hey, this is Josh Frosch from Oshkosh, Wisconsin. This is Josh Frosch.
Oh, Josh, thank you for calling in to wook+live. It's good to have our first caller.
Oh, yeah.
What do you got?
I called last week on that lot show you guys were doing there, and I was like, oh, I got to call back up for this Wook+live show,
Okay, so what is it you want to say?
Oh, I wanted to talk. I wanted to talk to Mr. Weaver over there. I heard he hung out with Aaron Rodgers. Is that true, there, Chris Weaver?
I did at the Ashwaubenon bowling alley.
Schwabenon bowling. Oh, that's where you get the good. Oh, that's such good bowling there. You can get they give you the shoes for free if you bowl there 5 times in a month. You know that.
Is that your spot? Is that your spot? Your bowling spot there?
Oh well, I mean, when I'm not drinking too much, and I can drive from Oshkosh to Ashwaubenon. It's not that far, really. It's pretty close there. Hey, but yeah, you hung out with Aaron Rodgers there. Hey, right?
I was with Aaron Rodgers once. I did do some stuff with Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. You might have been there. Were you there? It was the Pancake House.
There's a restraining order. There's like I got too close to Aaron one time there, and I got restrained there. But what I wanted to really ask you though, Aaron Rodgers, trade rumors, huh? What's up with that, eh?
Trades? Where? What rumors have you heard? What have you heard?
I heard he's gonna do DeFavre, and he's gonna go to the Jets.
The Jets. How about that?
How about that? Eh?
Do we have any Jets fans here? How about Harley? Harley, you a football
there's
fan?
no
now?
Jets fan. No.
I'm a Giants fan, not a Jets fan.
Okay, all right.
Oh no! There I see.
Eli.
I think we might drop this line by accident pretty soon.
Oh no, there. Oh hey, but thanks for the. Oh hey, Chris, I have one more question before I go. You see that Ruby Waves, that Alpine? Oh, that.
I missed that, but I was there the 2 previous nights, but I didn't go to that show. I believe it or not.
Oh, that was a mistake.
Oh man, I love this caller feature. Again, if you want to call in next episode, the number 6. So definitely call in, and it's really exciting new tech we have here at wook+live. I think that's gonna do it. We're gonna keep these shows a little bit tight, but again, this is not tied to Fish. Fish kind of fucked us with the lot, right? They were doing it every week, and we were having a great old time, and then they just decided to be all, spacey, and we were like, we want to hang out more.
They went 2.0 on us.
Yeah, they did.
You guys, what did I miss? I'm sorry, I
Chad,
had to walk out for a minute. What did I miss?
It would have
Chad,
been
I'm gonna-
better if you would have
I'm gonna
changed your name back.
Did you
I probably should have
change?
changed. What are you talking about? No.
Were you wearing that jersey the whole time though, or you?
No,
Or-
I might have put it on a little bit ago, and
Chad
To impress
Second
Chris.
City
Yep.
music director
Yep.
back in the day, so he's really into stage production and costume changes and all that shit. We just let him go. It's fine.
Jaw lines.
what are you talking
Did
about?
you work for Second City? Is that true?
I did
That's great. Okay.
2 decades.
No kidding. huh?
Drink,
That's
everybody
cool.
drink. I'm sorry, we haven't violated the
No,
rules.
that's
Oh,
cool.
hey,
That's a cool one.
yeah.
I haven't had a drink since New Year's Eve, so I'm chugging water.
Hell yeah, Harley.
Very
That's
good for
Atta girl.
you.
When you did
Thanks.
tequila shots on New Year's Eve?
I was hungover for that's your fault.
until February 9th.
Until yesterday?
That was.
I just said to do
like,
one. I didn't say to keep
I know,
going.
but I did not do one.
At 10.
And then I wanted to die for
Sometimes
like a
it goes
week.
down smooth. Sometimes
It does. It really does. That's the problem. But then you forget that you're not like in your 20s anymore, and you can't drink
you're
like
like,
that, and you're hungover for a week. So I decided to take a break to see if I can do dry January, and then it snowed like crazy in New York, so I haven't gone out to like the store, and so
Black Sambuca, and then you follow it with an emergency. It's the best
I don't like
cure for
licorice.
hangover.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Alright,
a big
well,
fan.
I'm gonna feature one more comment. I like this one. And you know what? Good job, guys. We did it. This is what we were
We
looking
killed
for.
Nathan. Good job. We killed Nathan Zukas.
I apologize for the sudden onslaught of death, Nathan, but I'm glad you enjoyed the show.
We love you,
Chris,
Nathan.
it was great talking to you again. I hope you are come on
time.
again soon. Harley, I love you. This has been
Chris,
great having you on.
I'll see you in
Harley,
court
always-
in the Wook Court.
Oh,
Right.
no.
God, I
Next
hope not.
Wook Court bid is definitely
Nice
going to
job.
be you. We'll have you back on for that bid. You'd kill it.
You should have represented Kevin, man. But he won anyway.
Would have been
so-
so much better.
Yeah, we
which
talked
one
about in pre-production. We talked about having you as the judge instead of me.
No, you were so good. Oh my god,
Oh, no.
the wig. The
Well,
thing,
once he
no,
got the wig, then we had to make him the judge.
Well, yeah.
So
Once
that-
I put a wig and a
Awesome.
gavel on,
It was amazing.
fine, so.
It's the only reason
couldn't
that
change
made
anything.
it.
I was dying. I wanted to watch that, not be a part of
Bought the
that. It
prop.
was
All right, guys.
really great seeing the commercials right after discussing the WandaVision commercials. And
Exactly. Hey, Chris, thanks a lot, man. It's good seeing you. Congrats
time.
on
Thanks
season
for
two.
having
Good luck
me,
with
guys.
season 3, man.
See you
Can't
next
wait for it.
Wednesday, 8
Love the
o'clock
rest
for
of
the
the season.
second episode
Go
of Wook
football.
Live.
Next week.